Once upon a time, there was an old, very old man. In his many years, he had been many things. A son and a father, a husband and a widow, and an advisor and a follower, an apprentice and a master. And he knew that he had done a lot with his life. What he didn't know is how much more there was to do. As he reached those later years, he started to wonder, do I have anything left to give? Or is it just a matter of riding out those final days until my soul takes flight and my body goes the way of all flesh? His life was by no means empty. He had family, friends, colleagues, but as the years went on, none of them could seem to stir in him that old spirit, that verve, that drive to do more. They asked him to take seats on the local ministry or advise the recent nobles. But this, to him, he had already done. There was nothing left for him to offer there. They presented with him problems to solve, this trouble or that crisis, to use his wit and his mind. But he simply said, there are younger, smarter people who can do that now. They tried simply to get him to put his life to paper, if not to do new things, then to record what he had done in some diary or scholarly text or volume. But he simply explained that no one wanted to hear the ramblings of an old man past his prime. And with nothing left, he took to simply sitting in his bedroom, spending his days doing nothing much at all, day after day with nothing to show for it. And of course, as is the way of things, the longer he did nothing, the more he became convinced that there was nothing he could do. And his friends and families and colleagues, many of them had given up trying to help him. They had tried so many things, so many angles, so many offers, and none of them had seemed to rouse this once majestic, robust, rebellious spirit back to life. And after so many failures, they had simply given up. Except for the very youngest of them all. His great-great-granddaughter. Barely old enough to walk the many stairs up to the top of the tower where the old man's bedroom was. On the day after Christmas, she walked up those stairs and went into the room where, as usual, the man was doing nothing much of all, leafing through pages of some book but not really reading it, looking out the window but not really seeing anything. And the little girl asked him if he would like one of the presents that she had received this year. For she had gotten so many, she didn't need all of them. Maybe he would like this one. And she handed him a brand new telescope. At first the old man said, I have no need of such a thing, nothing I could use it for. And the little girl said, well, could you at least show me how to use it? And the old man was sad, but he was not cold of heart. So together they set up the telescope, focused the lenses to give the best view of the most distant sights. And they took turns looking through it, looking to the sky, looking down to the ground, looking east and west and north and south. Being in the top of this tower, they had a view of almost everything. And after it was time for the little girl to go to bed, the old man took one last look through the telescope and focused it on a patch of land that he had not looked at previously. And he thought he could make out something in the distance, something thin and familiar. He focused the telescope and saw that it was a tower. He rearranged the lenses to give him a more magnified view, and he saw that in this tower, in the very top window, the very top floor of this tower, was another telescope. And behind it, a very old man. And he saw the old man see him. And they each saw in each other something that was both themselves and something new. And the very old man waved. And the other old man waved back, knowing that they had each found something new to occupy their old age together.
The end.
They're gonna smooch later. There's implied smooching between the two old dudes. They're very far apart, so it's gonna take a minute. But there's gonna be smooching.